All right, good evening, Barbara. Thank you for meeting me here in the Zoom to talk about Fund My Home and getting your nice non-repayable grant. How are you tonight?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you for asking.
Excellent. Now, we had talked before, and I had gotten your email and your information, some of your information, and sent you an email. So when you check your email, you'll find a welcome letter to becoming a homeowner. I sent you some documents as well as the support documents that will be needed once we get to that process, and they'll have to be uploaded and sent to the Fund My Home folks that take care of that. And then the other one is a list of what I'm going to show you right here. You've already, I asked you to take a look at Follow the Process. Were you able to watch the, well, actually the customer success training? Were you able to watch that video?
Yes, I have.
Okay. If not, normally what I would do is I would actually sit here with you, watch it all the way through. It's not very long. And if you have any questions, and would there be any questions for it?
Well, would you suggest that I watch it with you now? Because it's been a while since I was looking through the back
Yes,
office.
that'll be absolutely fine. Let's watch it here. And then at the end, take some notes and ask me any questions you might have.
Okay, thank you.
Out.
Welcome to fundmyhome.org customer success training. Our best customer is an educated consumer. High standards. We expect a lot from you. Because you deserve a lot from us. We understand that purchasing your new home may be one of the most important and exciting decisions that you will make in your lifetime. As such, we are committed to making this experience as delightful as the time you will spend in your new home. Raising the bar. With fundmyhome.org, you will pilot through the process well-informed, well-prepared and confident of the potential outcome before you proceed with your home buying experience. In other words, for your convenience, you will be first conditionally approved by fundmyhome.org and its preferred lenders before you engage our preferred realtors or engage a seller into contract. This training is created to help prepare our down payment assistance recipients to effectively navigate through the application process of our amazing down payment assistance program. It is important to follow each step precisely as instructed to ensure a smooth, efficient process. Notice: fundmyhome.org is neither a lender nor a residential real estate broker. As such, it does not lend or broker mortgages, nor broker the purchase or sale of residential real estate. Fundmyhome.org is a down payment assistance program managed in collaboration with Real Estate Mortgage Grants and Down Payment Assistance Incorporated, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Our associate members are strictly prohibited from acting as or representing themselves or fundmyhome.org as a lender or a residential real estate broker. They are independent contractors who promote our down payment assistance. Please note: we will not sell your information to a third-party company. It is fundmyhome.org in collaboration with Real Estate Mortgage Grants and Down Payment Assistance Incorporated, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, who will donate some or all the funds you need for down payment and/or closing costs. Our down payment assistance is gifted to you without liens or second mortgages. Our best customer is an educated consumer. Our goal is to share our knowledge, tools and skills with you in order to educate you and empower you with the ability to discover and decide for yourself whether you are a potential good fit for fundmyhome.org before you apply for our down payment assistance. How familiar are you with down payment assistance programs from cities, counties and states? Some, or most of them, require that you pay an upfront application fee and drive you through lengthy processes which last well in excess of 6 months. Run out of funds quickly as they have limited funds allocated for down payment assistance. Therefore, place you in standby lists. Require that you attend and pay for an 8-hour first-time home buyer class before you apply. Require that you sign a purchase agreement on a home and give your seller a deposit before you apply for assistance. Restrict your total household income to less than 50 to 80% of your area median household income. Require 6 months bank statements, financial statements, pay stubs, W-2s and tax returns from all the persons in your household who receive any type of income, regardless of who will be a part of the mortgage loan. This may include retirement and Social Security income of grandparents and the part-time income of children. This combined household income may easily disqualify you as it may exceed 50 to 80% of your area median household income. Require repayment of their down payment assistance and require you to utilize the services of their participating lenders and realtors. FundMyHome.org is not a government-backed program. Nevertheless, it requires its preferred lenders to provide government-backed loans. With FundMyHome.org there are no standby or waiting lists. The whole buying process typically takes 60 days from application to close. There are two conditions in which you receive our no income limit, non-repayable down payment assistance. 1. You help us publicize the grant event to your friends and family by posting a social media post when you get a clear to close before you close. We provide the content for this social media post. 2. You utilize the services of our preferred lenders and realtors. Best of all, there are no first-time homebuyer classes to take or pay for. No application or broker fees. No income limits. The down payment assistance is non-repayable. And now, the process. You must first become well acquainted with our potential eligibility discovery process before proceeding to complete your application. This educational video explains what we are not. FundMyHome.org frequently asked questions and workflow from application to close. FundMyHome.org down payment assistance calculator. Zillow.com. The United States Department of Veteran Affairs. The United States Department of Agriculture. Credit Karma. Overview of the required supportive documentation. How to obtain your FundMyHome.org customer ID number. Where to call our 501c3 nonprofit organization counseling department to complete your pre-qualification questionnaire and needs analysis. And finally, how to submit your application and upload your supportive documentation. Let's review. What is FundMyHome.org? FundMyHome.org is a down payment assistance program managed in collaboration with Real Estate Mortgage Grants and Down Payment Assistance Incorporated, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Providing homeownership opportunities. Florida Department of State, Division of Corporations, sunbiz.org. Real Estate Mortgage Grants and Down Payment Assistance Incorporated was founded in Florida, USA. On May 31, 2017. It was formed as a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Likewise, FundMyHome.org was founded in Florida, USA on October 21, 2017. Both the 501c3 and FundMyHome.org were founded with the purpose of providing enhanced homeownership opportunities and a lucrative and personally rewarding business opportunity to its associate members. Please note that we are not FundMyHome.com, a Malaysian company. We are FundMyHome.org, a United States company. Notice: FundMyHome.org is neither a lender nor a residential real estate broker. As such, it does not lend or broker mortgages, nor broker the purchase or sale of residential real estate. You as an associate member of FundMyHome.org are strictly prohibited from acting as or representing yourself or FundMyHome.org as a lender or residential real estate broker. You are an independent contractor who promotes down payment assistance. FundMyHome.org is not a lender. Nevertheless, FundMyHome.org helps its preferred lenders approve more home buyers by helping to provide funds needed for down payment and closing costs. Also, on a case-by-case basis, it may provide home buyers with the funds they need to pay off old collection accounts. This helps to lower home buyers' debt-to-income ratios, therefore increasing their purchasing power. FundMyHome.org also helps home buyers increase credit scores by helping to insert their rental history, utilities, mobile phone bills, and insurance payments on their credit reports. We help lenders close more home buyers by helping to provide some or all the money needed for down payment and closing costs. Our goal is to help bring home buyers to close with zero or little out-of-pocket, non-repayable. Unlike some or most cities, counties and states, which give down payment assistance in the form of zero interest, deferred payment second mortgages, our down payment assistance is non-repayable. It is gifted without liens or second mortgages. Funds are wire transferred at closing by the 501c3 nonprofit organization. No income limits. Unlike some or most down payment assistance programs from cities, counties and states, which limit home buyers' income to only 50 to 80% of their area median household income, FundMyHome.org does not have income limits. Student loans. FundMyHome.org helps banks approve home buyers who hold high student loan balances and are defaulted student loans. FundMyHome.org helps home buyers burdened by student loans. This is done by restructuring all accounts, whether current or defaulted, which then yields drastically reduced loan balances, terms and payments. Lower student loan payments means reduced debt-to-income ratios, which then means increased purchasing power. Paid as agreed restructured student loans boost credit scores, which then improves homeownership opportunities. This is neither credit repair nor a temporary fix. The restructuring of student loans is permanent, valid and lawful. Now, let's talk about student loans for a moment. As of June 2018, Forbes reported that the total U.S. student loan debt was $1.5 trillion and that approximately 44 million people had student loan debt. The average student loan balance per person is nearly $40,000, while some people owe $100,000 or more. Listen to these folks. On average, 44 million people owe nearly $40,000 each in student loans. The challenge with that is that high student loan debt or defaulted or delinquent student loans hinder homeownership dreams. The good news is, FundMyHome.org, with its student loan forgiveness program, can help home buyers achieve their homeownership goals even when they have defaulted or delinquent student loans or have high student loan debt at the time of their initial application. Working the proper sequence. Some or most cities, counties and states require home buyers to first enter into purchase agreements and give their sellers earnest deposits before they are allowed to apply for their down payment assistance. FundMyHome.org approves homebuyers before they engage sellers into purchase agreements. 5 to 7 days approvals. Applications can be decisioned within 5 to 7 days of receipt of home buyers' completed application and supportive documentation. Close in 30 to 45 days. Home buyers typically close within 30 to 45 days of signed purchase agreements. Follow the process. What we ask our home buyers to do. Now that you know the basics of FundMyHome.org, help us prepare you for a smooth, predictable transaction. Visit our website. Then, under the Home Buyers Navigate Here menu. Review our frequently asked questions. Review our workflow from application to close. Use our down payment assistance calculator to determine the dollar amount of your potential eligibility. Use Zillow.com to match the amount of your potential eligibility against the market conditions of your local real estate market. Use the USDA website to establish whether your hometown is located inside of a USDA designated area. Obtain your free credit report and credit scores from Credit Karma. Conduct an overview of your required supportive documentation. Register as our down payment assistance recipient and obtain your FundMyHome.org customer ID number. After your completion of a small quiz and disclaimer about our down payment assistance program, you can call the 501c3 nonprofit organization counseling department to complete your pre-qualification questionnaire and needs analysis. The counselors pre-qualify and provide the links to the application portal and supportive documentation uploader. You can then submit your application and upload your supportive documentation. One of our lenders will then contact you to review your application, supportive documentation and decision your application. One last thing. Beware that we are not FundMyHome.com, a Malaysian company. We are FundMyHome.org, a United States company. There has never been any type of contact or relationship between these two separate unrelated companies. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned for more important content, our ongoing success as a company, and the happy stories of our down payment assistance recipients.
Okay, there you go, Barbara. That is our overview of what our program is, who we are, and what we do. Let me close this down real quick. And we'll go back to the website. Okay, so I know we talked a little bit yesterday on the phone when we first talked, and I had asked you some questions, and you had given me your credit score you had gotten from Credit Karma that day. It was a 710, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so 710, and you are going to be the only buyer. We do not have a co-buyer on this, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And I have your income as about $83,000 a year, and that's on a W-2.
Correct.
Okay, and these are some of the things that I ask ahead of time just to make sure you're qualified to move on to the Zoom webinar that we're doing right now. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to drop down to the Home Buyer Navigate here. You see that on your screen. I'm going to click on Follow the Process. This is the process we go through with all of our home buyers. We take them through, and you'll see when we go back to the Navigate here that all the tabs have videos that accompany them as well. What we do is we just watch the customer success training. The onboarding call will be one of the last things we do before you talk with the counselors. Frequently asked questions, you'll go through that at the home buyer tab. You see right here, FAQs. The workflow, this is very important. Make sure you pay attention, and if you have some questions, feel free to jot them down or email me later on. Go through the rest of the process here for the following so we can get you pre-qualified. You'll notice we had talked also about bankruptcies, which you did not have. You had no foreclosures, there were no short sales or FSBOs, for sale by owners. And so I'm not going to worry about 2 through 5. We go to 5 is the down payment assistance calculator. And let's go there now. We just come up here to the tab, and this is something you can do on the website at any time as well. Down payment assistance calculator, we're going to get you pre-qualified and get you some numbers to let you know approximately what we think that you can qualify for. Very simple to do. We come down here and click. It'll take us to our calculator, our Fund My Home calculator. Okay, we had, I didn't ask you these questions, so I'll do that now. You can see this on your screen?
Yes, I can.
Great. So Barbara, do you have any homeowners association or condominium fees at this time that you're paying?
No, I don't.
Okay, so we're going to zero this out. Leave it at that. The approximate closing dates we normally put on this calculator is 60 days. So we're looking at closing within that 60-day period or right at March 8th. And that'll work for you?
That will work. Thank you.
Great. Okay, how many people will be living with you in your new home? What's the family size?
Okay, it's myself, my husband, and I have 2 children.
So 4. Okay, so we enter 4 in the number of people in the family size. We come down, since we only have a buyer, we're only going to look at your income. And how did you file your 1040? Did you file, let's see.
Married jointly.
Okay. That's right down here. We'll follow this over. And your income again was what, 83,000? I think we talked about.
Yes.
Okay. And let's go down here. And that's all we'll fill out there. And we enter buyer. This is what the buyer income would be if it was just the buyer and no co-buyer, which is what we have here. We do not have a co-buyer in this one. I'll zero that out. Okay, and come down. You'll notice I can drop down here. You can look at the tabs as we go. Do you have any automobile loan payments on a monthly basis?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how many?
Just one. My car, I'm making payments. It's $245 a month.
Okay, credit card minimum payments, not what you actually pay, but what the required minimum is. How
Well,
many cards do you have?
I have 3 cards, and the minimum payment for all 3 are $30 each.
Okay.
So it'd be $90 a month minimum
Okay.
charge.
Put $90 in here. Hit enter. It calculates it for you. Do you have any personal loan payments that you pay monthly?
No, I don't.
Okay, we'll leave that at 0. Other installment loans?
Installment loans meaning what?
Kind of a monthly payment that you make to somebody that you pay over time.
I have a personal loan with somebody that helped me out at one time. I'm still making minimum payments to them through our agreement.
Okay, would that show up on your credit report?
Probably not.
Okay, so I'm not going to deal with that right this time. Okay, child support?
No.
Alimony?
No.
Okay, so we're going to bypass the co-buyer's income. We don't have a co-buyer in this one. We'll delete all the information that normally populates on here. I have to enter a 0. And we're not going to do the co-buyers there. Okay. Do you have any student loans that are outstanding?
I do. I think I owe $6,000. It's delinquent, though. It's not
Okay.
in a good standing right now.
Okay. Well, we have a way to help you with that as well. Okay, so that's $6,000. Okay, and we have a purchase price of $300,000 in here, and we're just going to play with the numbers right now and try and figure out what your maximum possibility is on purchasing a home. So we'll come
Okay,
down here, and it calculates for us. It tells you that your eligibility is good with the information that we put in, and with the $300,000 home, that works fine. Now, it shows here the debt to income ratio must be less than 56. So we go all the way up to 56. You're showing excellent at 43.5. So that's great. So we'll be able to raise the cost on the home. I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for. If you've looked around in an area that you feel good about homes and prices, have you done that on Willow yet? On
Uh,
Zillow?
yes, I did.
Okay.
I was looking around because I want a 4-bedroom,
Mhm.
2-bath home with a 2-car garage, and I was looking under Zillow's in the area of my zip code that I wanted to stay in,
Okay.
and I did find one for $275,000,
Okay.
but then there was another one very similar, but it was $350. So I'm
Okay.
not sure,
Well, let's play with the numbers here, and we can take it up to 350 and see exactly what that might do for you. You're still within. We can probably go up 400 just for not that you have to spend that kind of money if you don't want to, but just to calculate. You're still at 400,000. You're still under the 56% here. You're at
Okay.
45, almost 55%. So we won't go up any further on that. Okay, we'll come down here and look at cash to close needed from the home buyer. $12,836.42. And this is what you would get possibly with the assistance. In other words, after the non-repayable grant money, you would probably have to come up with this. But depending on where your home is located, certain places you don't have to have any down payment, and a lot of times we'll cover the closing cost. So this is kind of a upper end estimate of what you might have to pay on a $400,000 home, which is very good. The estimated monthly payment, and that would include, you're looking for a single family home, probably with or without a HOA.
I would like to stay away from the HOA.
Okay. So at that price of $400,000, you're looking at about $3,157 a month. That's your PITI, which includes your tax and insurance, and that's just an estimation. Is that where you want it to be?
I think I would like to have it a little lower,
Okay. What numbers are you looking for a monthly payment?
25,000.
Okay.
2,500, I mean.
2,500, right? Okay.
2,500, I mean.
So let's bring down this price and let's see where that brings us. Let's go back to 350. Okay, so at 350, we're looking at
That's good. That's better.
2,700. You were looking at a 200 and let's go down to 300. So you know what your option is. You can go up as high as 400, maybe a little bit more, but it won't get your monthly payment where you want it. Right now we're at 300,000, and you're looking with PITI is 2368. Does that work better for you?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we'll look at that. We'll keep the numbers right where they are. So the approximate anticipated down payment without our assistance would have been about $10,500. Anticipated closing costs, that's with the prepaids and the reserves without assistance, they would have been about $17,500. And cash to close needed to close on a typical loan for this, what do we come to, $300,000 home, would be about $28,000 plus or minus. So up here is where we want to look at. The cash to close is around just under $10,000. That's depending on where you get your home. If you get it in certain areas, there'll be no down payment. And a lot of times we will cover the closing costs as a gift too. So that's your round numbers right now where we are. And so that's your pre-qualification number-wise. Let's go back to the Home Buyers Navigate here. Let's look at some of the other things that were on the follow the process. And all these things, I sent you a document that looks similar to this with checkoffs, and it'll be your responsibility between now and the next time we talk is to watch the videos and make sure that you understand what you're watching, and then check off on the side where it says a check mark for that particular tab. The Zillow, which you've already looked at, it gives you an idea of what neighborhood you want to be and what costs factor. Credit scores, you did Credit Karma. You may want to go back in if you've opened an account since it's free and get that current credit score. Shouldn't have changed much in a day though. And your score was 710, so all these things really don't work for us at all. Now we do have a deal when you purchase a home. Since you're 710, anybody over a credit score of 660 may not have to pay any down payment, or will get help on closing costs as well. So it's all part of the process, and we know as we go along, you'll find out, the numbers where your house is, what you qualify for further. And that shows you the, excuse me, the zero out of pocket with the 660 score we just talked about. Income calculator, as you go through that with the United States Department of Agriculture. This is real important, the do's and don'ts. Make sure you watch that carefully. That's something you want to make sure that you stick to after you've already applied for your loan, because these things can mess up that loan real quick. That's the do's and don'ts. What I'd like you to do when you get through here is go to number 15, the home buyer registration, and go ahead and register your information there, and you'll be put into the system, and we'll be able to get you a number, and you'll be able to move forward in documentation and such. Okay, so and down here you'll notice on the sheet that I sent you as well, I'd like to have your signature in here. It just says you're interested in receiving down payment assistance from fundmyhome.org, and you acknowledge and understand all the following. And this information will be in here. My ID number is here, my phone number, and my name. And this I'll need to get back to you, get back from you once you have gone through all the videos and checked everything off, and I know that you're ready to move forward. We'll jump back over here to the Home Buyers Navigate here. Here are the different tabs we'll talk about. These are all on the follow the process. You'll see them as you go down. Do's and don'ts, home buyers, and then supportive documentation. I sent you a list of the same thing you're seeing here on the website. And when that comes up, that'll give you a list the same as what I sent you. And what you have to do is have all that information. What we do is we upload it, well, you upload it on the site. At the bottom of the supportive documentation, you'll see a button to upload your documents. Everything needs to go in neatly so it moves along well. And what I mean by that is when you put your documents in, make sure you create file names for like your bank accounts and for your W-2s and things like that, so they can find it easily, and we know that we can get you qualified quickly and moving into your dream home. You have any questions so far, Barbara?
No, not at this point.
Okay. So what I like to do is you have my website. You have the information for Home Buyers Navigate here. What we'll do is you'll take your time. I guess maybe another couple of days you'll be able to go through it. It maybe take you an hour or so to view all the videos and get familiar with who we are.
Yes, I'd like my husband to go through this with me.
Okay, but I have you as the only person as a home buyer, so he won't be on it, but he's welcome he's welcome to join you as we go through this.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is maybe set up a time with you that we can get back together. We can get back together here or on the phone, whichever you choose. When's a good time for you the next couple of days? So today's Wednesday. We're looking maybe Friday or Saturday. You'll have time?
I would say Saturday would be good.
Okay. What time do you think you'd be available?
Around 2 o'clock. Would
Excellent.
that work for you?
Yes, I'll put you down for 2 o'clock on Saturday. And like I said, I need you to go through all the videos. Make sure you've gone through the links here and gone through the follow the process, that you haven't missed anything. When you get to the documents, the sheet I sent you through your email, gather those together, make sure you have everything you need, and then we'll move on from that point.
Great.
Okay, so no questions. You have my number. We're going to get back together Saturday at 2 o'clock. I'll give you a call. If there's a change of plans, please give me a heads up on email or text, and then we can change our appointment. But it's been great talking to you. I look forward to you getting your dream home. Everything is looking really good.
Thanks so much for your help.
Okay, Barbara, you have a good afternoon, and I'll talk to you Saturday.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.